I'm Sophie Pavel, and I'm hoping that Devon has what it takes to fulfil my winter adventure. Devon is a bit of a gem, and aside from being my home and the true inventor of the Cornish pasty, I had facts of a more furry and feathery nature on my mind. So I gave myself just 24 hours to explore it high and low to see what the wildlife was up to this winter. It's happening! I'm absolutely freezing. I can't really get down. Starling moderation! Go, go, go! So that's what's coming up. Let's get going. 24 hours in Devon. Oh. Stop it. My journey began at 5 o'clock on the East Devon Pebblebed Heaths, a true hotspot of wildlife and variable habitat. Heavy rain and cold. Welcome to Devon. Rains a lot here. I've seen my first species. I've seen 2 male pheasants. So I am shifting location. I'm going to go into the woods and hope that this rain passes so that I can start seeing some wildlife. Now, winter is a time where wildlife tends to settle down or migrate to warmer climates, but I was confident that my 24-hour mission would help me to see some iconic winter species. Or feces. Introducing our first fecal specimen of the day, horse droppings. Like it or not, these poos are a vital source of nutrients for the Pebblebed Heaths and a sure sign of a productive environment. But it wasn't really the stuff I was after. But thankfully, it wasn't too long before I uncovered my second species of the night. This guy is a testament to the quality of these undisturbed and mature woodlands. Species number 2, check. The ashy grey slug, the UK's largest slug, and I found it right here. Something absolutely massive just gliding through the trees. I'm gonna go have a look. It could be a buzzard, it could be an owl. Shh. With its broad wingspan and silent flight, I was pretty sure that I was looking at a buzzard, but despite all my looking, I didn't see him again, and I had high hopes for seeing some more winter wildlife elsewhere. It's not uncommon to find species like ladybirds huddling together in rafts under logs, and this is what I was looking for, but I only found a few woodlice. As you can see, it is incredibly crispy and nippy tonight, so I think everything's lying low and tucking up. Okay. It's about 9:30 and I can definitely hear a tawny owl. Actually, a male and a female calling to each other. So the female goes twit and then the male goes too. And then the screeching noise is the noise they make when they're hunting. And that's what I can hear. It's happening. Up with the lark and hoping for better luck, I set off to somewhere a bit more wild. Good morning. Dartmoor is my local national park that is an absolute corker. Wild, windswept and bursting with wildlife and geological marvels, Dartmoor is a truly unique place. Being the largest upland area in southern England, Dartmoor offers an array of habitats for breeding birds, some of which are of international importance. Absolutely glorious. Just seen a blackbird. The high rainfall and relatively mild climate also means that Dartmoor is loved by a number of migrant bird species, and it being winter, these are the ones that I was after. I think I just saw a wagtail of sorts. It flew off down in the valley, unfortunately. Ah, there's a human. That's a species, right? Oh, and a dog. Oh, hold on. I thought it was a wagtail, but it was a bit of baling twine on the tree. Oh well, onwards to the valley. So with my list of winter species remaining largely untouched, I knew that there was one animal that I could rely upon to give me the goods. Dartmoor ponies are an icon of these moors, with records showing their presence here dates back as far as AD 10,012. And despite the harsh weather and poor vegetation, these ponies thrive here. Before I moved on, I caught a glimpse of a lovely little chiff-chaff, seen all year round, although more have been overwintering in the UK in recent years. With no time to waste, I hoped that my next destination would bring me some winter waterbirds, and I headed on my bike down to the river Exe Estuary. And I've come at a good time because the tide has already turned, so it's on its way back in, but it's still low enough for me to be able to see things like waders and grebes. Oh, cormorants. Okay, I'm going to stop. In winter, the River Exe transforms into a winter wonderland, welcoming over 40,000 overwintering birds. The cormorant being just one of the UK's internationally important overwintering species. The oystercatcher is one of the largest waders in Europe and uses its strong red bill for smashing open mollusks or finding earthworms. Mute swans are large and unmistakable, and in the past they've suffered declines due to lead poisoning. However, UK numbers are slowly on the rise as a ban on the sale of lead fishing weights has hugely reduced incidences of lowland river poisoning. The River Exe remains a European stronghold for so many overwintering birds, and they all come here for one thing: the rich and nutritious mud. It's mainly birds, really. Can do better than that, can't we? Go find some mammals. Sadly, plastic is becoming an increasingly prevalent part of our outdoor environment, and although I was expecting it, I was appalled to find such a variety of plastic washed in with the tide on the fringes of this beautiful winter wildlife haven. Plastic bag, full of polystyrene lip. That's not going to go anywhere. Another polystyrene Lucozade bottle. Nylon bag netting, ketchup bottle, 2 litre bottle, another 2 litre bottle, plastic. I kind of feel a bit demoralised now. It's a shame. Have you ever loved? Time was really ticking now, and after a brief hello to some house sparrows and a fat wood pigeon, I was well on my way in my search for more. Or so I thought. Bystock Nature Reserve. And it says I'm here. Where is it then? Is it in there? Huh? So I've got a bit lost. Well, it's not on the map. Oh, so it is over there. Now, Bystock is, by many people's opinion, one of the best nature reserves around. Moorland, heathland, meadows, ponds, and all of that mixed together is a lovely little jumble of magical biodiversity. It's very, very nice. Ah yes, officially crowned the UK's favourite bird, the robin is an iconic winter species. Despite its cuteness though, these birds pack a proper punch, with 10% of adult mortality due to territorial disputes. And that's why evolution was on the ball and made sure that robin fledglings only develop a red breast after their first moult. The Jurassic Coast is a World Heritage Site, ranking along the likes of the Grand Canyon and the Great Barrier Reef. The geology around here reveals the history of our planet across 185 million years, forming a near-complete record of the Triassic, Jurassic and Cretaceous period. Coming over from Iceland, Scandinavia and Russia, the widgeon is a classic winter species, and the Exe Estuary and surrounding coastline is a key area they like to visit, and they have my favourite Latin name, Anus Penelope. Cormorant feathers are not totally waterproof, which actually means that during a dive, their bodies take on the same weight as the water, giving them a greater mobility to stalk their prey and remain undetected. Oh, that's so cool! Perhaps not. Budley's large and smooth pebbles turn a graceful entry into an awkward stagger, but the steep shelf makes for a wonderful dip and a wild swim. Although I couldn't stay long because I still had a couple more species on my mind. Don't forget it was blooming freezing, and then this happened. Starling murmuration right above me! Starling murmuration! Oh my gosh! Oh, help! Stay there! This mesmerising winter display still baffles the bananas out of many scientists, but it is believed to be a combination of a hypnotic anti-predator strategy facilitating an efficient and safe communication space, and also perhaps simply to offer lots of snuggle buddies for warmth while roosting in the winter months. Just another one of nature's wonderful mysteries, and so I think we should just sit back and watch the show. Starling murmurations are the coordination between each individual adding up to become a collective movement, and then suddenly no signal given, they all start leaf bombing back into the reed beds, and it's just like, how are they doing that? All you can hear is just like the feathers just very, very softly changing direction. Amazing. Amazing. I'm so stoked I saw that. I'm here to see field signs of the European beaver, as the River Otter is home to the River Otter Beaver Trial. Field signs are actually pretty prevalent around this time of year. The beavers are building their dams, so they're coming up, they're foraging, they're gnawing away at the wood. So hopefully I should be able to find some really telltale signs of beaver activity. Okie dokie, we are in luck. This is quite an old stump of a yew tree, and you can just see the grooves there, grooves of a beaver's teeth. So a beaver has been gnawing away at this, and then it's shaped like a pencil. Although I didn't see the beavers, seeing signs of their activity was enough for me. And with that, well, that was that. Well, it is bang on 5 o'clock, which means that my 24-hour Bioblitz bonanza is officially over. Before you think of going somewhere else to look for crazy wildlife, have a look on your doorstep, because I think that there'll be more than you realise. You know, it's November, lots of things have migrated and overwintering elsewhere in warmer climates, but the stuff that we do have here is pretty special, and I think that my 24-hour mission is complete. And now I'm going home.